Hello, somebodies.
We are the nobodies.
What are we doing here today?
Today we are listening to one of the biggest band, if not the biggest band in the world, Metallica, with the song Enter Sandman, live from Moscow in 1991.
So let's get right into this. I'm Son.
And I'm Father. I was in 10th grade, baby.
I was somewhere. I don't think I should say it.
Stop it right away.
They're using the car commercial song.
Look at the size of that freaking crowd, man. I think Metallica Day is a national holiday in Russia because I think they let the whole country free that day.
Hey, if you're enjoying this father and son content, consider subscribing to our channel for more content just like this. Now, back to the video.
Go to the concert. That's it. That's the only way you're getting off from work is if you go to the Metallica concert.
You know, I read a comment under this video that said this is the closest we ever got to world peace, right?
I'm telling you.
And I can already see, I think that's the American flag in the background and the United Kingdom flag.
There you go.
There's a couple of good ones here I'm seeing.
Good notice. Good notice.
I think that's Germany on the left.
That's Germany's flag, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like China's flag in the front.
Yeah. You know, through the 360 pixels we can see.
That's insane. No, but this crowd, yeah, we'll go more into that later.
For sure.
We got lots to talk about.
Dude, they compacted the entire country of Russia into that single spot.
It's insane how much room there is. Like, I got so many questions. One, where were the bathrooms and how many were there?
You pee on the floor. I don't
Two, how long were the beer lines?
Yeah.
I don't know. You missed the show. I was online for beer.
I can't imagine being one of the freaking bartenders or sellers. Yeah, the venuists at the freaking event. Because that had to be the hardest job in the world that day.
So Metallica once said that they wish just for one day in their life that they could be on the other side of the freaking stage.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like, because all they do is play and look out and they get to see that. And it's like, man, you know, they just want to like one day be a freaking listener and look.
They want to be a fan at a Metallica concert.
They want to be, yeah. Yes. Yes, that's what I was trying to say, asshole.
Well, you took too long, okay?
I was waiting for beer.
Nice. So sorry for the soon pause. I thought I had more time. Freaking, I have mixed feelings about Enter Sandman's recording track.
Mm-hmm.
That riff is sick in concert.
Oh, absolutely. I remember in 1991, I was in 10th grade, and Metallica had come to Nassau Coliseum in New York, and they played 2 nights in a row, and I was in one of those shows, and it was freaking fantastic. And Nassau Coliseum, you're lucky you get 35,000.
Yeah.
This was like 35 million. It's just, but I got to see it. The Black Tour came around. They had just come out with the album. They were at their peak. They were the biggest thing next to sliced bread. And then all of a sudden, the next album came out, and that was it. Metallica was over. This was the last great album of their time.
Damn. I don't 100% disagree. But
what's that TikTok that says debate me or something like that?
Oh yeah. Metallica's last great album was the Black Album. Change my mind.
Change my mind, yes. So this has to be so monumental to them. Now, if it was me, which it's not, because I only make about 1/64th of their money, if not more.
Hey, think about this. We have enough subscribers to fill out freaking Nassau Coliseum.
One stadium we can fill out now. Yeah.
We can fill out Nassau Coliseum now that I think about it. That's actually pretty sick.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, people at home. And thank you. Congratulations, sir.
Yeah, get us into the bigger arena. Press that subscribe button. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
corny.
yeah, it was pretty corny, but I could see it now. They're pressing. So yeah, so if it was me, I would hope that the band took the drum set, took the freaking every guitar and every mic, put it into a museum, and said that these are the instruments that played in Moscow in 1991, and they should never play those instruments ever again after this show, because this is probably the biggest show of their lifetime.
I'm genuinely, I like, how does this compare to like when we went to MetLife Stadium last year, right? Because a stadium, I think, it's gonna look bigger in the Moscow event because they're all on ground level. There's no freaking stadium rising up, chairs to make everyone even look a little bit separated, right? I wonder.
This is way more than a freaking 72,000 people. Way more than 72,000 people. I'm sorry.
How do you know? How do you know?
You flat earther.
How did this become? I'm not even a flat earther. How did this become the argument?
If it's like this is what it looks like if it's not round. And
this is so stupid to mock me for, okay? This is dumb.
That's the first thing I thought about when you said that comment. Dude, this is so much. This got to be at least man.
Yeah, you can't even say a number.
I'm thinking 250,000? $250,000?
I think it might just be heavily compacted. I don't know if I believe that.
Okay.
It could be. It's possible, but that's a lot of people.
The front row is more than freaking MetLife Stadium. Holy cow. You know, it must have been so hard to hear them between the crowd cheering. Because even in a stadium, if you're all the way in the back and all the way up top, yeah, you got the screens and everything, but the further and further away you get,
oh yeah, the more muffled and echo,
the more muffle and echo and the crowd. So they might have been seeing, freaking James Hetfield's freaking mop on his head bouncing around. That's probably all they saw. They probably didn't even see him.
But you know what? You could probably still make out the.
Yeah, that's all you got. Flopping hair from the distance. That's all you saw.
That's
James Hetfield's hair. Oh!
I truly freaking believe that these guys probably all paid equal price tickets, and whoever got to the front was just stronger than the guy behind him.
You know what's crazy is that like Metallica's big in America.
Oh yeah.
But you go to any other country and like Japan or freaking obviously Moscow, excuse me, that they're 10 times bigger. I don't care what Metallica to me is probably bigger in every other country.
I don't know.
When the Beatles came to America, for example, back in the 60s, they blew America to pieces. That's like Metallica going to them. You know what I mean?
You know what it is? Because this happens a lot in freaking pro wrestling, right? Americans are used to seeing Metallica every day. You know, when Metallica tours, okay, they're probably going to be touring the 50 states. When they go to another country as an American band, that's only going to happen maybe once every 5 years.
Yeah, if not
once every to that show.
Not once every 20 years.
Once every 20 years, exactly. You have to make it to that show.
That's true. You're absolutely correct on that point. You're right. New York, we're going to see Metallica 7 times in 10 years.
Exactly. Moscow, I can't imagine they probably were going to Moscow every year. No way.
No way. It's probably a one-time deal.
Even freaking the nosebleeds probably costed hundreds of bucks. And I don't know what the nosebleeds are because, you know, it wasn't a stadium. It's a flat field, but still.
Yeah, but the radius of the pie equals square, 3.75.
Okay, fine. A rounded field. What do you want me to say, man?
Nerd.
But yeah.
Listen, I don't care what anybody says. All I know is I got to see this Metallica in 1991. I was probably about 12 rows back. James Hetfield was right there. My friend Keith was smoking a freaking joint this big. And I think freaking I saw James Hetfield inhale.
Nice.
And we were like, ah, sad but true. Yeah, man. I lived in the greatest times, bro.
The Black Album is so painfully catchy listening to it. It's all right, people at home. Remember to hit that like, subscribe button. Tell us down in the comment section below if you've ever seen Metallica in concert. Send a donation our way. It'll help us improve the channel, and we'll prioritize your recommendation. And press the bell next to the subscribe button to get notified every time we upload a video. I'm Son.
And I'm Father.
Rock on.
Rock on.